why knowing how to lose weight still isn't enough. Now, why is that? That's what I'm going to talk about today. I mean, look, losing weight doesn't take any special skills. All you got to do is starve yourself. My proof to that is that you've never seen a fat person in a concentration camp. No, if you're starving yourself, it doesn't matter what diet you go on. You starve yourself, you're going to lose weight, guaranteed. The problem is not losing the weight. The problem is keeping it off, you know? And, I mean, what's going on? You see, because when you go on a quote-unquote diet, you're eating in a way that is not natural. That is not natural to your body. It is not in harmony with your present lifestyle. And the only way that you're going to lose weight and keep it off is to lose the weight in such a way that you do not slow down your metabolism. Because that's what every diet, when you starve yourself on a diet, doesn't matter which one. And if you go on these drugs and injections and so on, the Ozempic and so on and so forth, there's so many of them. And you see, what they do is they actually suppress your appetite. And when you're suppressing your appetite artificially, you're on an even more drastic diet. And that's the problem. You know, you can't be dieting the rest of your life. You know, you go on a diet, you can only hang out so long because you're starving yourself. Eventually your body says, hey, give me some nutrition. And so what you have to do is learn to eat in harmony with your body's daily cycles. You know, your daily cycles, the way that your body is working naturally. And that's a whole different story by itself. And you see, to decide to lose some weight and keep it off, it means to make a decision to change your lifestyle permanently, because you are and you always will be at the perfect weight, the ideal weight for your present lifestyle. But that's the difficult part, isn't it? How do you change your lifestyle to a healthier way of eating? The only way that you can do it and stick to it is by changing your lifestyle in your subconscious mind. That's the key to the whole thing. You know, either you take charge of your own mind, or the advertisers are in control of your mind. Which do you prefer? You know? And, you know, we're brainwashed to eat this and eat that and so on. Most of it is non-food. It fills the stomach, but there's no nutrition lacking. There's lots of deadly chemicals in it, but there's practically no nutrition. And so you eat, and your body says, hey, give me some nutrition. It makes you hungry again. I mean, think about it. Think of your past history and all the times you've gone dieting. Your body is craving for more food. It's not the food per se, you know. It's the nutrition that the food is supposed to contain. That's the whole idea. And so, by taking control of your own mind, it's actually easy to change your lifestyle in your subconscious mind. That's easy. But trying to fight it with willpower, that is practically impossible. You know that. You've done it over and over again. How many times have you struggled to stick to a better way of eating through effort of willpower? And trust me, it's not because you lack willpower. It's just the way that we're made up as human beings. You know? Unless you understand how you're made up, physically and mentally, how your brain works. Now, this is not rocket science. Look, I've taught this to kids, you know? And so basically, it's learning how to change your lifestyle in your subconscious mind. That's the only way that you can eat in a healthier lifestyle. And if that lifestyle is now permanent, that's why you're going to keep it off. See, losing weight is still not enough, you know, because you haven't changed the lifestyle in here, in your subconscious mind. That's the key to the whole thing. All of my teachings, whether it's for your losing weight, whether it's for business, whether it's to be more creative and so on, and whether it's to deal with all the crazy world that we live in these days, it's all about taking charge of your own mind. And so that is the secret for you to lose the weight the easy way. And changing your lifestyle in your subconscious mind is actually easy. It's not difficult. It's actually fun to do. Okay, seriously, you know? And so basically you have to make that decision. Say, okay, I'm going to learn how to change my lifestyle in my subconscious mind. And actually, that's how I first got involved in weight control. I was teaching this class in just personal development, teaching people to function at the alpha brainwave levels, to be able to take charge of their minds. And this one particular class, almost everyone in the class of about a dozen people had the same question for me. And the question they had for me was this, and I quote, "Armand, how do I use these techniques that you're teaching us in order to change my lifestyle so that I can keep the weight off?" Oh, that's easy. And that's when a new weight loss system was born, because it's all about self-control. But self-control through effort of willpower does not work, because the subconscious habit patterns are and they always will be stronger than your willpower. And it's not because you lack willpower. Like I've said so many times, it's just the way that we're made up as human beings. So you have to just understand the simplicity of learning how to take charge of your own mind. And so this is the whole secret to keeping it off, because knowing how to lose weight is not enough. Anybody can lose weight. You can go and eat drastic starvation diet and you'll lose some weight, guaranteed. But then there's a side effect. And the side effect is that you're going to slow down your metabolism and make your problem worse. Then you go off the diet because you can't stand it anymore. You're starving yourself after all. So then you go back to your normal way of eating and you blow up like a balloon. How many times have you done that? Seriously. Why is that? Because look, we've been on this planet for thousands and thousands of years. And it used to be we were hunters and gatherers, right? We didn't live in cities. We didn't go to a supermarket. We ate when we found food or killed it, either way. But you didn't get to eat every day. So the body evolved, if you will, developed that, how can I put that? Is that when you were in it was a feast or famine. So when you were in a famine mode, your body learned to slow everything down, slow down the metabolism so that you can survive. But you see, today, we're still functioning the same way. We got all the food we want. We don't have that famine mode. But when you go on a diet and starve yourself, your body in its intelligence thinks, oh, we're in a famine. Slow things down. Conserve energy so that we can survive. And see, the people whose bodies did not work that way, they didn't get to survive. They didn't get to breed. So we are descendants of the people who survived. And those are the people who, during a famine, the bodies were able to slow down. And so they survived. And we are descendants of those people, the ones who survived. We're not descendants of the people who didn't survive. That wouldn't make any sense, right? So, that's what you have to look at. You have to understand that, hey, and again, this is not rocket science, you see? So, if you want to lose the weight and keep it off, you have to make up your mind, okay, I'm going to do what's possible for me to change my lifestyle in my subconscious mind, to take control of my own mind. Because we've been brainwashed from birth, by parents and teachers and politics and religion and so on and so forth. And what we believe today is because of the program in our subconscious mind, which other people have put into your mind. You didn't decide those things, no. This is how you grew up. This is the lifestyle that we grew up with. And so this is what you have to understand. That how about you take charge of your mind? I'm not going to tell you how to run your life. I gave you suggestions, and I can tell you how to take charge of your own mind. You have to do it for yourself. I can't do it for you. But it's a simple thing. It's not hard. It's actually a fun thing to do. And especially when you start to realize that, hey, I'm beginning to take control of my own mind, you're going to feel really good about that. To say, hey, I'm finally controlling my life. How would that make you feel? How do you feel when you go off the diet and blow up like a balloon? How does that make you feel? And how would it make you feel to say, hey, I'm finally in control of me. I'm finally in control of me. To be able to say that and mean it because it's real. And that's the journey you have to begin. Not the journey to do with food, the journey to take charge of your own being. That is the journey. And so I hope you've learned a little bit today. And so I'm looking forward to meeting you in our live master classes, and knowing you and helping you on this fantastic inner journey, which will allow you to take control of your whole life. So on that note, until next time, au revoir.